Hey guys, here we are on yet another Friday night, but like the last few weeks, I don't have the time to do a restoration. However, I have had plenty of time to shop around online, on eBay in particular, so I think maybe we should start calling these Friday night unboxing videos. Hopefully that will change soon, but I think you're going to find one or two of these items rather interesting. First up though, we've got this box which I've already opened, which has a bunch of knobs in it. If you recall, a few months ago I picked up a Westinghouse H196 TV, which is a model I especially like, but it was missing all the knobs. I looked through my various boxes of knobs I've accumulated over the years, and all I could find was the channel knob. Later over the summer, I went to the Antique Radio Club of Illinois Swap Fest and found pretty much all the other knobs, except for one, the fine-tuning knob. Well, periodically since then, I've been looking on eBay. There are plenty of people that sell lots of TV and radio knobs, just a big old pile of knobs, and usually they provide some decent photos, and you can squint and peer through all those photos and maybe find what you need. And indeed, that was the case with this lot. This is the fine-tuning knob. Channel knob fits in there like a glove. So I now have a complete set of knobs for that set. As for the rest of these knobs, nothing I need in particular, but there was one item that I think might be why a few other guys bid on this lot. I'll show you what that is. I put it away for safekeeping. Here it is. Now, I don't need this, so I do plan on putting all these knobs right back up on eBay, so hopefully whoever I beat out in bidding will get a chance to buy this yet again, and maybe even at a lower price. This is the channel plate for an RCA 621 TS or 630 TS. Those are the first two models that RCA sold in 1946. Notice it has channel 1 on it. Now I don't know for sure, but I'm assuming that there were more people interested in this channel plate than were interested in that fine-tuning knob for a Westinghouse set. But my RCA 630 TS has a channel plate in very good condition, so I just don't have a need for that. Alright, next up, I believe this is the back of a Motorola VT-71. Similar to the back I showed you a couple weeks ago for the 7 VT5 suitcase sets. It's weird, and in the span of 2 or 3 weeks, several of these have shown up with a buy it now, a very reasonable buy it now. So I jumped on it because I've got sets that need backs. There it is. And just like I saw in the photos, this has their cheater cord attachment. I've got a couple of these backs where these have been broken off. I guess some guys were just a little too lazy when the original power cords went off. Instead of digging the old one out, they just broke off this whole piece and plugged the cheater cord right into the chassis. But this one looks to be in pretty good shape. Now, if you're wondering, what set do I need that for? Well, it's a set that I haven't shown you guys yet. But some of you may have seen this set on eBay. It was a blonde VT-71 with a TS4H chassis. I was the only bidder, 50 bucks. I'm not sure why everybody else was scared off exactly, although it did look a little bit crummy, I suppose, online. No back, no bottom plate, no knobs, but the cabinet's in pretty darn good shape, and the blonde sets are a bit less common, so I snapped it up. So now I've got a back for that set, and also got this box, which has some parts from Mauser. And this, I think, will be of interest to any of you guys working on VT-71s. I am going to experiment with a few techniques to make a better ballast. I've got one or two original metal ballasts that work okay, but I really don't like using them because of the exposed metallic elements inside, and they tend to burn out. I've also shown you guys some of the glass amperite ballasts, which are nice, but either the metal or the glass still kick out a heck of a lot of heat. So there's been some talk online over the past few months about ways to build a better ballast. Well, I'm going to put some of those to the test. Alright, this box, I do believe, contains the new old stock replacement power switches for the Predicta. Perfect timing too, so I'm just about wrapping that set up, electrically anyways. Still have a lot to do cosmetically in it. There we go. Looks slightly different, but as long as these bits line up and that center bit works all right, should be okay. Quite sure that action's supposed to work. I'm trying to activate it with my fingers. I just don't have the strength. Hopefully they work. They look to be unused. Yeah, I'm sure these have never been used. Alright, so I'll give that a try in a bit. Let's see, what else do we got? Clean all these foam peanuts lately. It's pretty much an endless situation here. I got the peanuts under the couches, on the table, on my bed, just everywhere, foam peanuts. This is the one I've really been waiting for. This is something new for me. It's a radio, that's not new for me, but this is a solid state radio. Particular, it's a rather early Philco 4 transistor and 1 detector diode radio. I think it's from around 59. The seller said it didn't work, which may be why it sold for less than I was expecting. And I know these early germanium transistors can be tough to find replacements for, but we'll give it a go. It's got the original leather protective case. It's starting to fall apart a little bit. It's a model T45-124. If any of you guys have the service info, I'd love to get a copy. I know there's various guys online that I can buy it from, and there's guys on eBay I can buy it from, but hoping to get a free copy from somebody. So it runs on 4 AA batteries, and there's the set itself. Heavier than I was expecting. Must be from the speaker. Looks to be in decent shape. Just a minimal amount of corrosion in the battery compartment. Tuning cap works. Power switch volume control seems to work okay. And boy, look at those transistors. Really early type. Gold looking one down there. One up here. Silvery guy. And that's a detector diode down there, I believe. Another gold looking transistor there. And Not sure. Oh, and there's the final one over there. So for sure, those are very early primitive germanium transistors, and it's a 1N60A germanium detector diode. So that will be my first vintage transistor radio that I've ever worked on. Alright, which leaves us with one box. This one has me a little confused because it says glass fragile on it. I'm pretty sure what's in here is not particularly fragile and isn't. Oh wait, no, it might have a piece of glass now that I think about it. I'm also surprised the shipping is only $2.35 for a box this size. I know it's only from Wisconsin, which isn't far away, but still. I would have thought it'd be more, at least $10. Alright. Oh, I'm going to have a very nice note in here. I'll just paraphrase. Basically, the seller is very happy that someone was interested in her father's treasures that he'd squirreled away. And what this is, I almost don't want to open it, because this is a still sealed in the box item from Philco, circa 1953. The seller had a few of these. One of them she opened just so we could, she could take photos of what was inside for the eBay listing. But this one has not been opened. Alright, there it is. Too bad this has got stuff all over it. Let's see if I can make it out. Looks like that was the original address of the company, that probably the old TV shop where this was originally for sale from. And that's what it is. Now, you saw in my last unboxing video a couple weeks ago, I had a UHF converter from Philco. But this is a UHF adapter. This was meant to go inside your existing Philco TV. So say you bought a 1950, 51, 52 Philco TV with no UHF adapter. You could actually retrofit this inside the cabinet and you'd have UHF. Now I don't know if I'll actually use it, because that will require actually cutting a hole in the TV cabinet. But nevertheless, I thought it'd be kind of interesting to play around with. Like I said, I hate to do this, but I guess I have to open this. What else good will it be to anybody if I don't? This box has glass on it too. The only glass I can think of is it might have a tube with it. And it's got a glass dial face. That's not going to get it open. Seems like these flaps are glued down. I don't think these are particularly valuable or anything like that. I just thought it was neat to have something. It's been sealed up for 60 years, pretty much. There it is. It's bigger than I expected. Let's see. here we've got some components in here. Some components in here. And this is the main unit. Oh, I think it's actually mounted to a piece of wood in the bottom of this. Actually, it's a piece of heavy-duty cardboard stock. Alright, there it is. I found this in the bottom. Oh, just a little bit of leftover packaging tape. Hey, look at that, it works. Sort of. It travels so far. There might be something blocking the mechanism. It looks like it's a little bit bent, but it's hard to say for sure. That's just how it's supposed to be. Alright. So a wiring harness adapter. So maybe if you, I have to check. I've got a couple Philco sets from 50. I don't know if they're quite new enough, but maybe they had some sets that had, like, they had anticipated UHF, and you could actually plug this harness into the chassis and rig up the UHF converter. This must be a backlight for it. It's a standard light bulb socket there. And this is probably a mode switch. Sure looks like a wafer switch. It was between UHF and VHF. The photos, it showed that there was a neat, nifty little installation manual. I'm hoping that's in one of these. There we go. Material. There's a label. I guess you'd add this to the back of the set so the end user would know how to hook this up. An addendum, and here's what I was looking for. It's cool. Instruction manual. Oh, I see. This would actually fit right in between the existing VHF and power knobs and so on in the front of the set. And there's where you put that thing that I said was a switch. That's where that goes. So it's pretty light on installation instructions. Thought there'd be more to it than this. It's in here. So they don't show anything about how to actually like wire this thing in. Ah, here we go. Installation instructions. Okay, yeah, here they tell you exactly which chassis it's for. It's designed for installation in Philco television receivers whose model number begins with A-T and which use RF chassis 81 or 84. Or in receivers whose model number is in the form --B --. Blah blah blah. I don't think I have any of those, but maybe I can get my hands on one someday. Here's where they finally show how to hook everything up. Tile glass, I'm guessing. This guy. Alright, isn't that pretty? So that would mount on something like so. And it'd be backlit too. So I'll keep this all together and protect it well and post it online, and maybe there's somebody who's got a Philco that this would go into that would really love to have it, or maybe I'll end up with the right model that could take this adapter. Either way, I think it's a neat thing to have. And that's going to be it for my unboxing video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this look at a few of my latest finds.